Hey friends, do you by any chance have any book pages laying around, all different sizes? I thought today I have some things that I need to make to put into Christmas journals, and obviously they can be used for other journals as well, but I thought I'd take you along with me in case you don't know how to make these simple pockets, belly bands, things like that. And really, I should have a idea journal, and I don't. I need one, but why have I not made one? I cannot answer that. So anyway, what are you going to need? Book pages, glue, maybe ruler, scissors. Ruler is not to measure, by the way. Dawn. Oh, by the way, this is Dawn at For Grace Creations, and I don't measure. I don't like to measure. Sometimes I do, but it's rare. I like to use my ruler to rip things in a straight line. Sometimes I will use scissors, but something else to know about me, I don't cut a straight line very well. Sometimes, maybe. But I've got a few, what would we call them, prototypes. One of the things is just a simple pocket. Now this one is basically ready to go. And all I did was made the pocket out of a book page, and then I decorated it with some fabric and paper. And then I have this. It is a cellophane, not cellophane bag. What do you call that? Oh, good night, people. I've already forgotten my words. Let me grab one. You know, it's kind of like deli paper, but it's a bag, you know, like to put a muffin or a scone in. Yeah. Oh, gosh. So maybe you might want to grab one of those. Otherwise, you can do the pocket out of a book page. Don't worry. And I added a book page on top. And with this, you could glue the whole thing down to a page in your signature, or you could just glue the back side, you know, the three sides, and have yet a third pocket. Fourth? One, two, three. A third pocket. Oh, good Lord, Dawn. I need coffee. All right, what is the next thing? Okay, so the next thing I have to show you is actually on a page that you would put in a journal, you know? There's a pocket here. Let me see. Do I have a... Let's get a book page, Dawn. Duh. Let's just grab this, fold it in half real quick. Okay, now I can show you. We've got a pocket here, see? And then it flips out, and there's writing space. So that's that one. And then we open this, and over here we have a belly band. And yeah, it was made out of a book page. And then over here we have a pocket. But if you notice, it wraps around, and we now have another pocket here. Now this, do you see how this hangs off like a page tab? Okay, so I did it wrong on this example, but this is supposed to all be glued down. But over here, it's supposed to be an upper tuck. But I glued the whole thing down. Anyway, that's just a few ideas I thought I'd show you today. Now, if we have time, because I don't want this to be a long video, if we have time, I'll show you a couple of other things. Now, will we take the time to decorate today? I don't know. I want to get the basics shown to you first in case you have a short amount of time today. So let's start with the simplest first. I'm going to put the others out of the way. So book page. The first thing for a simple pocket that you need to think about is how wide is the page in your signature. This here happens to be just a piece of printer paper folded in half. So this will fit. So I can use this as a prototype. All you do, grab a book page. Which one? Well, it could be music sheet. It could really be anything. This happens to be almost the exact width. Not quite, but that's okay. So why don't we just use this one? I'm going to set this stuff out of the way so that hopefully we can just see right here. Okay, so here's what we're going to do. We're going to fold this in half, okay? There we go. Now, I'm going to get this. This is just for messy glue. I'm going to grab a glue stick, and I'm going to open this back up, and I'm going to put glue all over just 1/2 here. Okay, and then I'm going to fold this back over. What do we have here? We have a sturdy pocket now. If your book page is really thin and brittle, you should probably not try and fold it over and glue together. You probably should just glue something thicker to the back. And then, oh, I gotta grab my, oh, wait, oh, it's right next to me. Haha. This is just a circle punch. Mine happens to be approximately, I think it might be a 2-inch. I don't really know. Any size will do. And if you don't have a circle punch, grab a glue stick, draw a line, and just cut a thumb notch in it. I'm going to attempt to go in the middle. And we'll see. Yeah, that's close enough. Okay. And then I'm going to put my lid on my glue, and then we're done. That's it. Seriously. You could ink around the edges. You could, maybe round the corners if you want. But this is the basic. That's it. How easy is that? Now, the other thing you could do is, let's say you don't like how tall this is. I mean, look, the difference. Then all you have to do is cut it off where you want it at the bottom. And then if you do a bunch of these, you can set them aside, and you've got them for the ready, for decorating, for whatever journal you're using. Just mass make a couple of these. All right, so we're going to set this aside because done. The next thing we'll do is we will grab our deli bag, and you see this top piece here. All I'm going to do is I'm going to cut it off. Doesn't matter. If you don't want that tall of a pocket, just cut it off shorter. So I'm going to cut that off. I'm going to come back in here with this. I'm going to cut a thumb notch, try and do it in the middle. We can ink around the edges if we want, but we don't have to. So that's the base, right? The next thing we need, you got it, another book page. Now, what you want to do is make sure this book page is going to fit width-wise on here. Mine fits perfectly, but let's say yours doesn't. Let's grab one that is too big, just to show you. All right, that's too wide. See, it's not going to fit on there. Okay, all you have to do, grab your ruler. Unless you can cut a straight line, go for it. Grab your ruler and just push down on that. And there we are. Is that wide enough? No, a little too wide, so let's go to the other side. And let's just go ahead and tear. Now, that's about right. All right. Yay! And then we got to decide, how tall do we want this pocket on the front? And all I'm going to do, I'm going to fold it in half as best as possible. And see, I think that's too tall. Okay, so I'm going to turn it sideways, because if I'm going to glue it right down there, then I'm going to bring my ruler over and think, okay, how tall do I want this pocket? I think that height right there is good, right here. So I'm actually going to put my ruler on this side, try and put it straight, and I'm ripping this off. And we have a shorty pocket. See the difference? You can totally do these in different ways. And then, you guessed it, another little thumb notch. Okay, but we do need to glue it together again. So, why are we gluing it together? It just is to make it sturdy, so it's not real thin. Okay, there we go. And we'll fold this over, press down real good. Okay, and then we got to come back over here. And it doesn't matter that the writing is upside down, because we're going to decorate. It won't be a big deal. And we're going to grab our glue. And yeah, you could go around the edges. Did I say that? With your Here, let's just grab what's in front of me. I have Scorched Timber Distress Oxide by Tim Holtz and Ranger. And we'll just come in, kind of distress the edges maybe. We don't have to, but now the top. This would be easier if I let the glue dry because it wouldn't be so flopsy-mopsy. Okay, and then we're going to hold our finger where the thumb notch is, okay? That will tell us not to glue on that side. And then we can put glue on all 3 other sides. And then we just glue it down wherever we want it. And I think right about there. I'm going to get a dry baby wipe, press down, because the other thing to know about this girl is she very often uses too much glue. Oh, goodness. And look, again, we have the very basic done. What glue am I using? I'm using up this glue. It's not my favorite. It's by Simon Says Stamp Craft Tacky Glue. I'm trying to just use it up so I can throw away the bottle. It's not my favorite. My favorite for doing videos is Art Glitter Glue. You can get it on Amazon because it dries fast. Off camera, I will use whatever I've got that's the least expensive, but that still holds a long time, so I don't have to worry about if I sell something, is it going to come apart? But look, we have our basic done. It needs decorating, but we can do that later, right? All right, so there's that. Check. Where do I put these? Let's just put this over there. And now we have this. Okay, a belly band is, okay, very simple, but when you go to decorate it, you can make it as extravagant as you can. So here's what I'll show you. For a belly band, the first thing you want to make sure is that it's going to fit on your page. You don't want it hanging off, right? So here's one. It's kind of short. We can use it, but what if we want taller? All right, well, let's grab one of these taller pages. Oops, that's too tall. So we would just cut off what we want to use. For instance, let's see. Let's just measure here. And I want it to come down the page just a little bit. So I'm going to take my ruler right about here. And I'm just going to rip it off. Okay. It doesn't matter that this end is wonky because we want a belly band that's kind of thick. So here's what I'll do. I'm going to fold this in, line it up so hopefully it's straight, and then I'm going to fold this in to however thick I want my belly band. How thick is this? Give me a second and I'll tell you. Let's see. How wide are we? We are at, 2 inches exactly. Perfect. And then you guessed it, we're going to glue it together. So let's get our stick glue. And we're just going to glue this one side. There we are. And we're going to fold it in. There we go. Make sure it's good and stuck. Okay. Oh my, it's sticking to that page. Let's turn the page over as long as it's not sticky. And then we want to get, glue all over this side. Okay. And, I'm going to move that sticky page aside to dry. And then we're going to fold this over like that. And I just folded it crooked, but it is okay because, check it out. Grab your scissors and just come and look. And you see, yeah, just trim it. There we go. It's straight. And then this edge, yeah, it needs trimmed. Just a tiny bit. There we go. And let's just bring our page back. And yeah, it is the perfect height. Now, we decorate it really well. And then when you go to use it, just turn it over and put some glue here at the top, some glue here at the bottom, and put it wherever you want it on the page. Yeah, simple, right? All right, let's set that one aside. Now let's look at this here that folds over, okay? I have, let's see. I've got some basic ideas. So I had this huge book page, right? It's big. It was like, was it like this? Well, shucks, I don't know. Anyway, it was approximately like that, and I cut some off, but let's pretend it's a gigantic book page, right? Okay, so just fold it in half. We're going to pretend this is together, right? And tear sideways. Watch, I'll show you. Hold on. Let's grab, I'm trying. Let's grab this book page. All right. I'm going to set that aside. Okay, we're going to fold it in half. There we go. And if your book page, again, is not very sturdy, then you probably should glue 2 pages together. Let's do that, just in case that's your problem. Then you can see what I'm talking about. All right. So we've got 2 book pages. So we're going to take one and get our stick glue. And make sure to get glue really well on all the edges. And of course in the middle as well. Glue, glue, everywhere, glue. All right. And then we're just going to take this page here and attempt to center it. There we go. Now we have a thicker page, which works great. All right. Oh, glue lid right now, Dawn. There we go. The next thing then, of course, is folding in half. I would let this dry first, the glue. If you're doing it at home, I'm not going to let it dry because, you know, I don't want you to have to wait. So we fold it in half, right? Okay, now watch. Grab your ruler. Start at the top corner. Line it up and come down. I'm going to leave a spot here because we want to be able to glue this side down to the page. So I'm just going to come up maybe here. That's maybe 2 inches up on this side. And then we're just going to rip. There we go. And of course it is wonky donkey. So what we'll do is we'll just come back with our scissors and trim a hair off. Why didn't I use my scissors to begin with? Yeah, because I told you I don't cut straight lines. And now that's what we've got. So then you want to take your page here, whatever size page you're going to use in your journal. And what you want to do is you want to slip this okay, see how it's open? Put this page in the center. And all you want to check for is to make sure that wherever your page folds here, this does not come up too close to there, or you won't be able to fold it well. Mine comes nowhere near. So that's it. And then when you go to use it, what you're going to do is you're going to place it right here. You're going to open this, and you're going to put glue here and here, and then press it down real good. Turn it over, open it up. You're going to put glue here and here and fold it, and you have a pocket. Of course, decorating, but they're another easy book page pocket. Now, this one, okay, grab a book page. I'm going to grab this one. And what I see here is that this is kind of a wonky edge. So I'm going to straighten it up some. There we go. That's better. And then, again, you need to know how big your paper is going to be so that when we do this, it doesn't hang off over here. we want it to be at least 1/4 of an inch away from where it's going to be sewn in as a signature. This page happens to be skinny enough that I don't have to worry about it. So you take your book page, okay? And on one side, whether it's left or right, you can decide. I did this one on the right. Let's do this one on the left. Just fold it up maybe an inch. Let me fold it and then I'll tell you how far I did. Again, if your book page is thin, glue 2 of them together. And how much did I fold it in? Oh my, an exact inch. Wow. So I'm here to tell you that's all there is to this, because this piece is what you glue down so that it makes it a flip. Let me show you. Let's pretend that this is our journal page, okay? So you're going to take this and wrap it around the back side. Oh gosh, like that, right? And this is where you're gonna put your glue. Do like this. Let's pretend it's stuck down. You now have a flip out page, okay? Now, you could also do it on the other side of the page. What I mean is, okay, this one can be glued like that and flip out, or we could open our page up and we simply fold this back the other way and we slip it in like this, and now it folds out this way. Yep, that's all I did, guys. And then I decorated one side and I glued a piece of blank paper on this side so that people can write on it and use it as journaling space. So there's that one, a simple fold. Let's see. Last one is this, the one I messed up on. Okay, again, you're going to want a fairly thick book page. And let's just grab this for now. I've got all kinds of stuff over there I don't need. All right. Now, what we're going to do, how long is my book page? Just so you know, my book page happens to be approximately 9 inches tall. So I'm going to turn it sideways, okay? It's not very thick, so I probably should fold it over and glue it, okay? But let's just pretend it's thick enough. What I'm going to do is decide how wide I want this upper tuck to be. And what I'll do is come over here and then rip. So what we're working with is the piece that we ripped off. And then you need your book page to see approximately how big you want, because you don't want it to impede again at this folding point. So you'll kind of lay it wherever you think you're going to use it, okay? And then at the edge of the page, don't fold this right there. Come out a little ways. So it's right about there, and fold right there. There we go. Because when you do this, after you decorate it, what you will do is you will glue down right here and along the top, okay? I made the mistake of gluing the whole thing, but just glue this side and this side, okay? That leaves your upper tuck here. And then on the other side, you turn it around and you decide how far in on this next page do you want it to go. If you don't want it very far, you know what you could do? You could just fold this in and glue it down, okay? But do you see it sticking off the page here? It's for a page tab. And on this side, you would fully glue that flap, fold it over so that it is completely glued down to your page. And dun 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 dun, you now have, oh gosh, what do I have going on? Ah, there we go. You now have an upper tuck and a page tab. Yeah, simple, simple. So that's all for today, guys. Just some ideas I thought I'd share with you. And I'm actually going to sit here and make some. And I'm going to use some of my scraps and just decorate them. Oh, wait a minute. On this flip page, I forgot. Sorry. Okay, so if this is our flip page here, remember we just folded that piece and we were going to glue it like that. Okay, so now what you need is your pocket, and all you're going to do is you're going to grab another book page. Yep, another book page. You can go through quite a bit of book pages with this. And just decide how big you want your pocket. We'll just pretend that this scrap is going to work fine. Okay, and we'll just put it like that. Okay, we don't want it hanging off the edge, right? So we'll put our ruler here and tear. Okay, you could cut a thumb notch and leave it like that, or you can come in and go sideways again. There we go. And then what you would do is just glue here, here, and here. And you've got your little pocket on your flip page. Yep. Okay. Oh boy. I'm sorry. I almost forgot. Oh, and I could actually really quick, we have a minute. I could show you one more that I almost forgot to show you. Okay, this is another flip. Okay, but look, it's also a pocket. And if you, I mean, you can have writing space as well, both sides. So it's the same concept of gluing this down to one side, and then it opens, you know, but you've got this pocket. And that, all that it is taking two pieces of book page that are thick enough. And let's just take these two because they're the same. Oh, maybe we should turn them over, line them up. Okay, and then what we want to do is fold over one side, because that will end up being our thing we glue down, right? And then over here, we need to look and see how far do we need to go over so that this can still close. So right about here, and we'll just tear it off. And then we're going to cut a thumb notch right up here. Okay. And then what we're going to do is we're going to simply glue. This whole flap could be glued together. There's my book. Let me grab my stick glue for this. All right, open this up. We're going to go ahead and glue this whole thing together. There we go. I do not need my stick glue anymore. I need some different glue. And then we're going to open this up, and we're going to glue this, the bottom and this one side. There we go. Get the glue that's inevitably going to run and ooze out. Give it time to dry. Put your lid on your glue on, and then dun 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 dun. What do you have? Well, you now have, where did our, oh, I don't see where we folded it over. Oh, right here. There it is. We now have that attaches to a page. It flips out. We can create writing space here. And it is a large pocket. See? Dun, 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 dun. Yay! So now I have given you all the examples. And I do pray that you have a blessed day and that this maybe hopefully gave you some ideas and some inspiration to sit down at your crafting table and add to a Christmas journal some fun and easy book page embellishments. Yay! All right, guys. I will see you tomorrow, possibly the next day. Oh, that's my example. And we shall come up with some more ideas. Oh, that was another one. And I do need to come in here and make some more. There we go. Yay! All right. Bye, guys.